Make Yourself a Better Guitar Player with Beating Around the Bush by AC/DC. Angus Young, Malcolm Young. This came out in 1979. Angus was once asked what it was like to be the greatest guitar player in the world, and he said, "I'm not even the greatest guitar player in this band." He had a lot of love and respect for his brother as a player and as a person, I think. And anyway, I love that humility. I love his energy and his note choices and everything he puts into the guitar. He just puts it all in there. I love that. This song, along with many other AC/DC songs, is written in the key of E minor, and it uses the E minor pentatonic blues scale. An E minor scale is typically 7 notes, but with blues music and with straightforward rock like AC/DC, they typically remove 2 of the notes from the scale, making it a 5-note scale, and then it's called a pentatonic. So penta is another name for the number 5, tonic for tone, 5-tone scale. He does that here. 5 tones are 0-3 on the fat string, E and G, then 0-2 on the A string, A and B, and then D on the open D string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you get to here, you're repeating the E note. This is an octave, but it's really a repetition of the first note. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the thing we need to talk about with this one is he uses a note called the blues passing note here. In this scale, when we add the first fret on the A string to the 0 and 2, this first fret here, it doesn't sound good when you play it with the main note. There's a lot of clashiness to it. Just in general, people avoid going to it on purpose, but it sounds great when you're running past it. You know, on your way to another note, it works okay. That's what they do here. Right? So, keep in mind that Metallica, for example, will go to this note on purpose to be aggressive. They'll go. Okay, you get the feel for that. But a group like Aerosmith did this on Walk This Way. Same scale, same key, right? So people use them in a different way, but it's a really, really, really popular scale. It's probably the most important one you learn right away as a player. So with that, when you play this guy, it's going to be important that your timing is right. And to get your timing right, you got to know that this doesn't come in on the beat. You know, when you tap your foot to a song, you feel where the beat is. You're tapping on the beat. This guy comes in between taps. So you'll hear the tap, and then it starts, right? But it's gonna, so that's the most important part for getting your timing right. It goes really fast, but I'm gonna show it to you here real slow. You're gonna play 0-3 on the E string. Now I start with an up pick because when I start notes that are not on the beat, I'll typically start them with an up pick because I like to pick down on the beat and up in between beats, and that way I'm always locked into the beat. So that's a whole nother thing. But so I'd start with an up pick and then a third fret on the E string. Now when you get to the A string, you'll pick up on the A note, and then you'll pick down on this first fret and slide it to number 2. And then you'll pick the D string. This can be with a down or up. It goes so fast, it's hard to keep a rhythm going with that. And so it doesn't matter, whatever you're comfortable with picking up or down on the D string. And then you'll go to 2 again. Slide to number 1, so you pick it and you slide down without re-picking it. And then you pull off your finger there to the open note. Now, you notice a little noise there? It's going to be a challenge to pull that off and not hear other noise. So what I like to do on that, it goes by really fast, so at least if there is other noise, it comes and goes quick. But I like to pull off by like strumming away my finger and having it come to rest on the string below it. So you got to practice that to get that down, and then you have the 3rd fret pull off to open, 3rd fret, pull off to open after that. And then it wraps up with a down pick on the E string and an up pick on this chord. The chord is 2 and 2 here. Now with this, again, I usually just play it with a flattened out pointer finger, and then my finger's kind of just lightly touching the strings above it, so if I accidentally hit them, they're not going to really make noise. Not like... See the difference? And that's it. Give this a try. See what you think. I'd love to hear how it's working for you. If it was too challenging, too easy, if it reminds you of something. If you have other songs by any band that you're loving, I loved all the feedback. So appreciate any feedback you can give me. And if you're learning something and this channel is working for you, please consider subscribing. It'll help build everything, and I'm going to be trying to post stuff as close to every day as I can. So blessings. Talk to you next time.